Hi, my name is Dan Catamol. I'm the Chief Product Officer at ClientWindow, and I wanted to show you briefly today the new user interface for the product, which goes live on the 5th of January 2024, both on the desktop and on our mobile app. So on the left hand side here we have a menu system that you can now collapse if you prefer icon driven small menus, or expand if you prefer to see the full menu name for each item. We also have a quick action button now that allows you to create a new conversation, for example, create a new workspace, add a new team member, and add an external contact to the system. Under Messages, which is an aggregated view of all the conversations that you're party to, with the most recent conversation at the top, we now have a new column on the right hand side for each of the conversations that allows you to see very quickly who the participants are on that conversation, both the external contacts and the internal team members. And if you have the appropriate rights on the platform, you can edit both the team members and the contacts on this conversation. You can archive the conversation if it's no longer relevant, and you can pin the conversation to the top of the conversation history if it's something that's very important for now for you to do so. We now have the reception area, which has replaced what used to be the holding area, and this area is to manage conversations with prospects who aren't currently yet clients and haven't had a workspace created for them. So you and your team can go back and forth on a conversation with those prospects here, and now if they become a customer, you can simply assign the conversation to an existing workspace or create a new workspace through this single button here, and those conversations will be moved to that workspace. Just a reminder that clients cannot delete WhatsApp messages that's been received by ClientWindow. They can only delete the WhatsApp message from their own device. So we can keep a copy of those messages on the system as long as you need them. You can also manage the sender details in this area here for anyone who is a prospect who has sent you a WhatsApp message. The system will automatically though pick up their WhatsApp number here. So this is just supplementary data that we're filling in regarding that prospect. Under workspaces, for each workspace we can very easily on the right hand side here manage the details of that workspace, and we can also see again who the participants are very easily on each workspace when you click that workspace. There's an actions area that allows you to create a new conversation for the workspace, edit the workspace name, manage the internal team members who are participants on this workspace, manage external contacts that are on this workspace, and if necessary to archive the workspace if it's no longer relevant. Under the team area you can see we have the team member's name and also the user roles they have within the platform. And if you recall, we have 4 user roles. An account user can read and reply to WhatsApp messages on conversations someone else has granted them access to. An account admin has full access to create new workspaces and to assign who both internally and externally can see those conversations. An account owner is the top level user within the platform, and for example an account owner can change the subscription level and change other global settings on the platform. We also have a reception admin role that grants access to the reception area, so that might be a role that you give to a new business person, a partner, or someone in the sales team. You can also see that on the right hand side here, like everywhere else on the app now, you can manage the details of each of those individuals, and you can see some specific information around, for example, which workspaces they've been granted access to, what their user role is within the platform, and what their personal details are. Very similar for external contacts. We can see their names, and we can also see what their contact IDs are. So for this top person we have a telephone number and WhatsApp number, but for everyone else on the platform in this demo environment we also have an email address for them. We have a settings area that the account owner would have access to. As mentioned before, they can turn on or turn off multi-factor authentication, and they can manage their subscriptions from this area. Each user or each internal user, basically a colleague of yours, also has this area to manage their profile. They can add a photo, they have their login details, phone number and email address, and they can also manage their notifications from here. So email notifications will be received if they're logged out of the app and new messages arrive on conversations they're party to. Browser notifications will show up in the browser, again, if new messages arrive for any conversations they're party to. And if they've installed the mobile app, they can also turn on mobile notifications in order that on the mobile phone they can receive notifications when a new message has been received, for example. That's a quick run through of ClientWindow's new user interface. Any questions you may have, please contact support on our regular channels. Thank you.